Happy evening, all of y'all.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'll put on my video and we'll start off. Just give me a minute. Good evening. Okay. Am I visible and audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's move to Unit 2 in Chapter 1, right? Your Chapter 1 is Indian Contract Act. We finished the first unit last class, including the question and answers. If you remember, yes or no? And we
Yes, sir.
discussed how to write the answer for descriptive type questions, OBC, then we discussed CFC, correct or no? Remember all those things? Now let's go to the next chapter, which is called consideration. Now, the second and the third chapter, Unit 2 and Unit 3 are important because they are the essentials of a valid contract. Remember we did, what are the essentials of a valid contract under Section 10? Offer and acceptance, consideration, free consent, capacity to contract, legality of object. All these are going to be discussed in detail. We've already discussed offer and acceptance. Now we have to discuss consideration and all that. So consideration is a separate unit 2. And then all the other essentials of a valid contract under Section 10 are under unit 3. What are under unit 3? Okay, so start off with unit 2. Just start reading, Pranav, till I drink my tea.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah. What is consideration? Consideration is the price agreed to be paid by the promisor for the obligation of the promisor. The word consideration was described in a very popular English case of Misa versus Curie. A valuable consideration in the sense of law may consist either in some right, interest, profit, or benefit accruing to one party, that is promisor, or forbearance, detriment, loss, or responsibility given, suffered, or undertaken by the other, that is the promisee. Section 2D defines consideration as follows.
Okay, now listen this. Now this consideration definition is important. As he's reading the definition, then I'll explain it. So you will find the definition a little big and long and a little inconvenient, but just read it and listen to it.
Yes, sir.
When at the desire of the promisor, go ahead.
Section 2D defines consideration as when at the desire of the promisor, the promisee, or any other person has done or abstained from doing, does or abstains from doing, or promises to do or abstain from doing something. Such an act or abstinence or promise is called consideration for the promise. So then they've given a few examples regarding
which are the examples again?
Sir, Ajay, consideration is an act. Ajay promises Bhuvan something.
What something?
Goods. No, sir. I'll read out the examples. Ajay guarantees Bhuvan for payment of price of the goods which Bhuvan wanted to sell on 1 month credit to Chaitanya. Here, selling of goods on credit by Bhuvan to Chaitanya is consideration for A's promise. A college promises students who will score 95% above for the job in MNC. Consideration need not be monetary. Here, the promise for recruitment of candidate will be considered as consideration for the act of student scoring above 95%. Consideration is abstinence. Abhishek promises Bharati not to file a suit against him if she would pay him 1 lakh rupees. Abstinence is on the part of Abhishek would constitute consideration against Bharati's payment of 1 lakh in favor of Abhishek. ABC has a shop of electric items. XYZ wishes to open another electric shop next to his shop. ABC offers 2 lakh to XYZ for shifting the same away from 1 kilometer of ABC shop. Here, consideration is given for abstaining XYZ from opening his shop nearby. That's all, sir.
Okay, now listen here carefully. First, let us understand what is consideration. I told you, whenever two parties enter into a contract, both the parties but benefit from entering into the contract. Unless there is some right, interest, profit, or benefit accruing to both the parties, it's called quid pro quo. Unless both the parties gain something from entering into the contract, it cannot be a valid consideration. And if there is no consideration, there is no contract. So when Pranav goes to a shop to buy a watch, he pays 500 rupees to the shopkeeper gives him a watch. Both the parties are gaining something. Pranav is gaining the watch, the shopkeeper is gaining 500 rupees. You ask your friend to paint your house, you ask a painter to paint your house, and you'll give him 2000 rupees. You are gaining the service of painting the house, and he is gaining 2,000 rupees. So any interest, profit, or benefit which the person derives from entering into a contract is called a consideration. What it is called? The and consideration need not be monetary in nature. What it need not be monetary in
Nature.
nature. So, for example, the college tells you that if you score, they've given. I'm giving the same example which they have given. Correct or no? If you score above 95% in the exam, we will give you a job in a company. What we will give you a job in the same college. What will give you a job in the same college. So you get above 95% and they appoint you as a lecturer in the same college. That is also consideration because you are giving something in return. You scored above 95%, gave some reputation to the college, and the college offered you a job. So remember, consideration is quid pro quo. Now, why have they said right, interest, promise, or benefit, or detriment, forbearance, loss, responsibility? See, if you see it in one way, both the parties are gaining something. But if you see it in the opposite way, both the parties are losing something. So, in consideration, it can be either you're gaining something if you look at it in a positive angle, but if you look at it in a negative angle, both are losing something. So, when Pranav gives 500 rupees to buy a watch, he's losing 500. The shopkeeper is losing the watch which he kept in his shop. So, both are losing something, yes or no? When you ask somebody to paint your house, that person is losing time and material who's painting your house, and you are losing money. So remember, if you look at consideration in another angle, the parties may be losing something. What the parties may be losing something. If you look at it in one angle, both the parties are gaining something. What the both the parties are
Gaining some.
Gaining something.
so that is called as the right, interest, promise, or benefit. So in one way you're gaining something, in one way you're losing. Uh, So that is nothing but consideration. So there is right, interest, promise, or benefit. Understand? So both the parties are losing something, both the parties are gain. Now, if you look at the definition as per section 2D, when at the desire of the promiser is the person who's making the offer, the promisee or any other person. So we'll take a case, they'll take the same case of Pranav going to a shop and the shopkeeper is willing to sell him. When at the desire of the promiser, let's say Pranav is the promiser. He offers the shopkeeper, see, I will pay you 500 rupees for that watch. The promisee, who's the person who's being made the offer? The shopkeeper has done. Let's say the shopkeeper has already given him the watch or does. Now he gives him the watch and he tells him to pay 500 or promises to do. He says, okay, I will give you the watch after 5 days. Such act or abstinence of doing something is called as consideration. So for Pranav, the consideration is the watch. For the shopkeeper, the consideration is 500 rupees. What it is?
500.
Understood or no? So both the parties, when the person who's making the offer is called the promiser, and the other person is called the promisee. What it is called? The
Promising.
oh. Okay. Now coming to the point, when a person has done or abstained from doing, the consideration need not be only doing something. What it need not be?
Only doing something.
It can also be abstained from doing. Remember when I did the offer and acceptance with you, I told you positive offer, negative offer.
Yes, sir.
So let's say Pranav tells his friend, I will not start a business near your shop if you give me 5,000 rupees. So here you are telling not to do something, or I will not file a case against you if you pay me the rent. That is not doing something. The consideration may be to do something. If you're telling I will pay you 5,000 rupees, it's a positive consideration. If I will not start a shop near your office, that is a abstinence from doing something. What it is? I will not come to the dance competition if you pay me 1 lakh rupees. So you're a promise not to do something. So consideration need not be always positive. So when you see the definition, when at the desire of the promise or the promisee or any person has done means he's done it previously. You've already got the money or you've already given the watch to somebody, does or abstains from doing. And in the present, you're doing something or promises to do or abstain from doing. You're going to do it in the future. Whether it's past, present, or future, when both the parties are getting something or losing something from the contract, it is called as consideration. What it is called as consideration. What it is called as consideration. You all understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's go to.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Consideration must be at the desire of the promisor. Consideration may move from promisee or any other person.
Okay, we'll discuss all these points when we do the essentials of a valid consideration. He's just reading what is in the definition. When is the desire of the promisor, the promisee on any other person, we'll discuss all these points. Okay. He's just reading out what is in the definition, but we'll discuss the essential.
Yes.
Hmm.
Consideration may be past, present, or future.
Yeah, I told you has done.
Thus, from above, it can be concluded that consideration is equal to promise or performance that parties exchange with each other. Form of consideration is some benefit, right, or profit to one party, or some detriment, loss, or forbearance to the other.
Okay.
Legal rules regarding consideration.
Okay, now we are going to the main format. Legal rules relating to consideration.
Consideration must move at the desire of the promisor. Consideration must be offered by the promisee or the third party at the desire or request of the promisor. This implies return element of consideration. Contract of marriage in consideration of promise of settlement is enforceable. An act done at the desire of third party is not a consideration. In Durga Prasad versus Baldev, D, defendant, promised to pay P, plaintiff, a certain commission on articles which would be sold through their agency in a market. Market was constructed by P at the desire of C, collector, and not at the desire of D. D was not bound to pay as it was without consideration and hence void.
Okay, now let's
Example
go.
5.
Yeah.
R
Right.
saves SS from fire without being asked to do so. R cannot demand any reward for his services as the act being done voluntarily.
R, what is it? R?
R saves SS goods from
Oh,
fire.
fire. Okay. Now listen this. This is called consideration must move at the desire of the promisor. Now, if it moves at the desire of a third party, it is not considered consideration. Now, how do I explain this point? We'll do a case study, Durga Prasad versus Baldev. After we do the case study, you will understand the point, and then I'll give you some prominent example. Now, what is this case of Durga Prasad versus Baldev? In the case of Durga Prasad versus Baldev, Durga Prasad was an architect who used to do, he was a private contractor, he used to do work for the government. Correct? And he used to do also work for himself. There was one person called Mr. Baldev who had a shop in the town market. What in the town market? You know, there are certain city market which is constructed by the government, right? Like Russell Market and all that. There were a series of houses. But the town market was in a very bad shape. It was leaking, all the patches were there. So once this Durga Prasad came, this Baldev, who was a shopkeeper, and some other shopkeepers told him, "See, please repair this market. We will give you a commission of whatever sales we make if you repair this market. Put the plastering, put the paint, repair the roof." Durga Prasad said, okay, but he didn't do anything. After some days, the district collector came. District collector is the IAS officer who's in charge of a particular region. What was in charge of a particular
Agent.
region? And he, district collector, government officer, IAS officer. He came and he saw the town market and he was very upset. Oh, it's not done properly. It's all leaking and all. And he told Durga Prasad, what is this? You had constructed this market so many years back. Now it's all leaking and it's all gone. What sort of work you have done? You please repair the market. What? Please repair the
Market.
And this fellow repaired the market. He put paint, plaster, and all that. And then what he went? He went to the shopkeeper and he told, "See, you told me you'll pay me commission. No, pay me the money." The shopkeeper told, "Will not pay you." What will not?
Pay.
So he
Pay.
went to court. Durga Prasad, that architect, went to court. The court held that consideration must move at the desire of the promisor. Did you do the work because the shopkeepers told you, or did you do the work because the district collector told you?
The district collector.
So go and ask him for money. Why are you asking them for money? You did not do the work for the shopkeepers. You did the work for somebody else. That's a third party. So you have no right to demand the consideration if you're doing the work for somebody
Else.
else. Now we'll take an example. Let's say Sahana and Tanushri, they are living in a flat. Correct or no? They're living as PGs in a flat. And they meet Amit and they say, Amit, Tanushri meets Amit and she says, Amit, I know you're a very good painter. Can you paint our flat? Amit says, okay, but he doesn't do come. Afterwards, Sana comes and says, hey, Amit, what is this? She pulls his cheek. You're so sweet. Why don't you paint our flat? No, you're a super painter. Look at the muscles you have. Strong boy. In one day, you can complete the painting. Amit is full khush. And he paints the flat. And then he goes to Tanushri and tells, give me the money. Whom should he ask the money from?
Hana.
On whose work, on whose request did he do the work?
Sahana.
But why is he asking? He's asking, he doesn't want to take from money from Sahana. He wants to take the money from Tanushri.
Tanushri.
That means, did the consideration move at the desire of the promiser or any other person? Any other?
Any other person.
Any
Yeah.
other person.
So, as per the law, consideration should move only at the desire of the promiser. If you're doing for the work for the promiser, only then you have the right to demand the work money from the promiser. If it is moving at the desire of a third party, you don't have any right to demand for the money. Understood? Correct? Understood or no? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Okay, let's continue. Go to the third point. Second point. You all understood this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
consideration
Yes,
must move at the desire of the promise. So that means if you're doing the work for somebody, you should ask that person only the money, not at the desire of the other person. Promiser is the person who's making the offer. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Consideration may move from promisee or any other person. In India, consideration may proceed from the promisee or any other person who is not a party to the contract. The definition of consideration, as given in section 2D, makes that proposition clear. According to the definition, when at the desire of the promiser, the promisee or any other person does something, such an act is consideration. In other words, there can be a stranger to a consideration, but not stranger to a contract. So they're given an example.
What, Chennai was Ramya?
Yes, sir. Chennai was.
Read it out, read it out.
An old lady made a gift of a property to her daughter with the direction to pay a certain sum of money to the maternal uncle by way of annuity. On the same day, the daughter executed a writing in favor of the brother agreeing to pay annuity. The daughter did not, however, pay the annuity and the uncle sued to recover it. It was held that there was sufficient consideration for the uncle to recover the money from the daughter. That's it, sir.
Okay, now listen here very, very carefully. The second point is, read the second point. The consideration must move from the promisee or any other
Person.
Okay, now I'm going to explain three concepts. They have explained this in detail a little later, but we are doing it now itself. First, I'm going to explain a doctrine or a principle, which is called the doctrine of privity of contract. Then I'll explain what is stranger to contract, what is stranger to consideration, and then we'll understand this point. What is the meaning of doctrine of privity of contract? Doctrine means a principle. Any principle is also called a doctrine. Doctrine of privity of contract is when two parties enter into a contract, a third party cannot sue for that contract which is entered by the two parties. Only those two parties can sue each other, means file a case against each other. Pranav has given a loan of 1 lakh rupees to Adrut. Adrut cannot repay the loan. Can Sahana file a case against Adrut or Pranav has to file a case against Adrut?
Pranav.
sir.
Pranav has to file a
What is the
case.
what? Yeah, because who's the contract between? The contract is between Pranav and
Adrut.
Adrut.
Sana can't say, oh, Pranav is my best friend, I'm going to file a case against him because she was not a part of the contract. Correct or no? Yes or no? So if two people have entered into contract, only they can sue. Or for example, let's say, we'll take another example. Faiza has bought a gold necklace from, which is that Malabar gold store. The gold is 18 karat gold. It is not 24 karat gold. The shopkeeper told it's 24 karat gold. Can Faiza file a case against Malabar Gold, that shopkeeper, or should Faiza's friend, Faiza, who's your best friend?
School, college, sir.
Here.
I would prefer to say Sahana.
Prefer and all, what preferences you have. Okay. So Faiza prefers Sahana. Sahana, you have a lot of people preferring you. That's very interesting.
Sir.
Eh?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Keep up the good preferences. Who else prefers Sahana? Please put up your hands. Send her one heart emoji.
Sir, it's okay, sir. No worries.
All the boys are sending heart emoji, kissy emoji. So what are they?
No, sir. No, sir. It's okay.
So will Sahana file a case against the shopkeeper, Malabar Gold, or does Faiza have to file a case? Faiza, because Sahana is not at all connected with the contract, correct? So whenever two people enter into a contract, only those people, or in the same case, Faiza has not paid the money to Malabar Gold. Malabar Gold is the company, okay? Can the company file a case against Sahana or they have to file a case against Faiza? They have to file a case against Faiza.
Faiza.
So both the parties have the right to sue each other because the contract is between both of them. Third party, can they interfere? Can they poke their nose?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
So who's shouting like that, yeah? That is called doctrine of privity of contract. What it is called? Doctrine of privity of
Contract.
contract. So
Okay.
the doctrine of privity of contract says that when two parties enter into a contract, only both of them can sue for the contract. That is called doctrine of privity of contract. Now, if a third party who's not affected by the contract or who's not a party to the contract sues, he's called a stranger to the contract. So in this case, when Faiza bought that gold from Malabar Gold and Sahana tries to file a case against her, Sahana is a stranger to the contract. She's neither a party to the contract nor she's affected by the contract. When Pranav gave a loan to Adrut and Adrut did not return the loan, Sahana has nothing. She's not at all involved with both of them, right? So she's a stranger to the contract. So any person who's neither a party to the contract nor is affected by the contract is called a stranger to the contract. What is called a stranger to the?
Contract.
However, now we are going to go to a very interesting story. Consideration may move at the promisee or any other person. So usually consideration should come from the promisee only. Then who's this other person? Now, as per the rules of the Indian Contract Act and consideration, even if you are not a party to the contract, but if you are affected by the contract, you can ask for the consideration. You are not called a stranger to the contract. You are called a stranger to the consideration. What you're called a stranger to the?
Consideration.
What do you mean by this, sir? two parties have entered into a contract, but in some way, directly or indirectly, you are in fact impacted by the contract, or you're affected by the contract. What you're affected by the.
Contract.
So the most famous case over here is Chinnaya versus Ramaya. What is the case? Chinnaya versus
Ramaya.
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 Chinnaya versus Ramaya. This Ramaya is a sister of Ramani. Hi Ramani, you're there?
Yes, sir. Hi.
Hi. You seem to be very daisy, dreamy. You're dreaming of somebody?
No, no. I
Feeling
wouldn't.
sleepy?
I was writing your last case. The
Huh?
last. I was still narrating the last case.
Which
Like
case?
you said, the Durga Prasad and the other one was.
Durga Prasad versus Baldev. Baldev.
Yeah, yeah. I was writing it.
Oh, it's written in the textbook also, no?
So I didn't got the textbook yet.
Hey, Pranav, I asked you to send the PDF, no, in the group.
No, sir, I don't have this thing permission to send in the group. Subiksha Ka should send. I messaged
Subuka
her.
Aksha and who else? Which other? Who else is
Sir,
the
sir, Subiksha Ka and Ritvik Anna.
and which Anna?
Ritvik Anna. I'll message him again, sir.
Sujitana. Who's this one?
Ritvik
Ah,
Anna.
Ritvik.
Sir, I'll
See,
message him.
Ramani, there is one more way in which you can download the notes.
Yes, sir.
You just go on Google and type CA Foundation Business Law Study Material Chapter Wise PDF.
Hmm.
As soon as you type it, you'll get one link in which they're going to chapter wise. Some I don't know which website has hosted it. So you can download chapter wise. This is chapter one, unit two, or chapter one unit. But if you want to download the entire thing, I think so. There is zip format also, right? Sana, just search on the net. You have Google in front of you.
Sir, it will be nice website only.
No, there is go to second thing. ICA website. Can you download like that? You can't download like that. No.
I don't think you can download, sir.
And
I don't think you can download from ICA website.
yeah, no.
You can see it, but you can't
No.
download.
What about it, Sana? Can you see second link or something?
Sir, Pranav is actually uh,
Huh?
showing it how to download.
Where is he showing?
Sir,
Then
no,
he's presenting.
He's presenting, but there is some website other than the ICA website. See the second hit. Ramni, did you type it out? The second hit or the third hit, they'll give you some private tutorials and all, no? The CA tutorials, they have hosted the intermediate material, the foundation material. But anyway,
Oh,
we'll.
okay, sir. I am not used to like. I didn't even do it, sir.
Okay, never mind, never mind. Till then, you write down the case. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Now let's go to the point. Chinnaya versus Ramaya. Yeah, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. There's an important call from that health insurance people. Just mute. Just mute me, no?
Yes, sir.
Mute me and remove. Okay, am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's come to the point. So what happened in this case of Chinnaya versus Ramaya? There was this old lady who had a daughter. Who had a daughter, and the daughter was telling, you have become very old. You transfer your property in my name. What you transfer your property in?
My name.
That old lady had a brother. And she said, see, if I transfer the property in your name, who will take care of my brother? What will take care of my
Brother.
the daughter said, why are you worrying, Amma? I will take care of my uncle. What is the mother's brother called? Mama.
Yes, sir.
I will take care of my mama. Why are you worrying? So that old lady told, no, no, let's make a contract that I will transfer my property in your name and you have to pay. Annuity means you have to pay a certain amount every year to my brother. It can be a month. You'll have done no in maths. It can be a, so you pay a certain amount and you take care of him. So they signed a contract. Who signed the contract? The old lady and the daughter, in which the daughter said that she will pay a certain sum to her mother's brother, and in return, the mother will transfer all the property to her daughter's name, but will transfer all the property to her
Daughters.
name.
Daughter's
And they entered into the contract. After a few months, that mother died. What that mother
Died.
died, and there was some fight between the uncle and that niece, that mother's brother and that lady, the daughter, and the daughter refused to pay the money. The daughter refused to pay the money. Once the daughter refused to pay the money, that uncle went to court. What that uncle went to?
Court.
In the court, the daughter is telling, who is my uncle? I entered into a contract with my mother. The contract is between me and my mother. My uncle is not a part of the contract. He's a stranger to the contract. What is a stranger to the?
Contract.
And as per the rule of doctrine of privity of contract, he cannot interfere and he cannot sue for the contract. My mother is already dead, so she can't come back from the grave and file a case against me. The court held that even though he is a stranger to the contract, he is not a stranger to the consideration. What is not a stranger to the? There is a difference between stranger to contract. Stranger to contract is a person who is neither a party to the contract nor is affected by the contract. Here, your uncle is not a party to the contract, but he is affected by the contract because you had to pay annuity to him. So he is called a stranger to consideration. What is called a stranger to a?
Consideration.
So stranger to consideration can file a case. What they can file a?
Yes. Yes.
So basically, the court held that the uncle has every right to file the case and he can recover the annuity or the money from his sister's daughter, from his sister's
Daughter.
daughter. Understood or no? So this point says that the consideration can be made by the promisee or any other person. So here, even though the consideration was made by the mother, it can also be enforced by the mother's brother because he was affected by the contract. What he was affected by the
Contract.
So remember, a person who is not a party to the contract but who's affected by the contract in some way is called stranger to a consideration. A person who's not a party to the contract and is not affected by the contract at all is called a stranger to a contract. Stranger to contract cannot sue, but stranger to consideration can sue. What stranger to consideration can sue? Understood?
Yes,
Sue
sir.
means file a
So,
case. SUE. Sue means you can file a case against somebody is called suing. Correct or no? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Got it?
Yes.
Sir,
Okay. Hmm.
excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, Subhikshaka sent the PDF in the uh, WhatsApp group.
Which one?
Sir, foundation WhatsApp group.
The whole material. Huh?
No, sir, just this unit.
She sent it, Ramani.
Yes, sir. Yes.
She,
Thank you, sir.
you say within 2 minutes it got sent. What powerful lady you are, Ramani.
Sir, not me, sir. That's because of you.
See, it's all because of Pranav. Subiksha Akka and Ritvik Anna.
Yes, sir. Because of them.
Because of them.
Sir Kushal has raised his hand.
Kushal, please. Tell me the
Sir, I'm bit worried about learning all this. Like, word to word, we have to learn it, or just from the keywords.
keywords. It's enough. As long as the person who's reading your answer understands your answer, that you got the concept correctly, they'll give you the marks. It's just like business studies. Which you're in second PUC or what? Which degree? Where? What are you doing? Degree, yeah.
Yeah, no, sir, I'm in second PUC.
Second PUC. Which are the subjects you have?
I don't have business studies. I like economics, organization of commerce management.
Organization of commerce management. Same, no. There also you get worried of writing answers over there.
Okay, sir.
Same, just like any other thing. Economics also you have to write, no, demand, supply, factors affecting demand, all that thing you have to write, no. Correct or no?
Yes, sir.
Same. There is no difference between any theory subject which you're studying in your second PUC or 12th standard and business law. Just that business law, you have to write some sections and you have to write examples. That's all. How you write in your 12th standard organization of commerce and management, you mug up every word or what?
No, sir.
No, same way. Here also you understand the concept and put it in your own word. As long as the person reading it understands. Correct or no?
Yes, sir.
Definitions you have to learn. Just like in commerce and management, you have to learn definitions, right?
Yes, sir.
Here also you have to remember section 2D, section 2H, section 2E. Those definitions you have to remember. Otherwise, you don't have to remember. Everything is you have to remember the points and you have to write in your own words. Don't get worried, Kushal.
Thank you, sir.
You absolutely nothing to worry in mercantile law. You have one of the best teachers teaching you. Understood?
I know that.
Yeah, please know that. Otherwise you won't know that. If you go online and see some J.K. Shah lectures and Yashas lectures and whichever other thing, you'll all start yawning. I thought I'll try and see some. I got some student to record some Yashas lectures and J.K. Shah lectures. Within every night now, I listen to them before I fall asleep. Aram se I get good sleep without any side effect. See, at
But
least
in
I'm.
JK Shah, they are the paper setters, right? Some of them.
Who the hell told you they are the paper setters? No private coaching center is allowed to hire people who are in the institute. If the CA institute comes to know, they'll remove you from CA. That is against the law of CA. Understand? I was asked to teach, set a paper for mercantile law 2 years back, but I gave a confession that I'm teaching in caps. They said, then you can't. No private coaching center can have people who will set the paper. If they do that and if it is found out, they will be jailed for 7 years. How many years? If any JK Shah teacher has set the paper, you tell me his name, and if I report it, he will not have a jail time. First of all, his CA license will be cancelled, his teaching license will be cancelled, and he'll be in jail for 7 years. Then everybody, they have that propagation. No, we are setting the paper. Then everybody will join there only. No, who tells you these stupid things? Where you learned this? No, tell
I
me.
don't
No,
know.
hey, please tell me. Yeah, we have to file a case against JK Shah or Yashas. No, there anybody? You tell me one name. Tomorrow that fellow will be in jail.
I'll ask and
Nobody.
come, sir.
No. Who? If they have told this in class, no, you just tell me. Has anybody told you? There is no private coaching center, even government coaching, even the institute people who teach are not allowed to set. Who sets your papers then, sir? People who are experts in the field, who are not teaching the subject in any private coaching center, who are responsible for writing the material. They are not at all connected with any institute. What, they're not connected with any other. In fact, when they are asked to set the paper, we have to sign a declaration. You know what is the declaration? Affidavit. Promise that we are not teaching in any private
Institution.
Some stupid people tell you some stupid thing, and some stupid people believe. Correct or no? Nobody is allowed to set a paper like that. Correct or no? This, if they are doing it, even Yashas and JK Shah can be can be filed a case against them for propagating such nonsense. Understood? Understood? That is no. Absolutely rubbish. Wherever whoever's told you this has told you lies, or you're making it up. I don't know. Yeah. Got it?
Sir,
Yeah.
I found the website where you can download the
Yeah. Just 1
material.
minute. Yeah, you found it, no? Just
Yes.
1 minute. Okay. Pranav, you can continue. You found that link, right?
Yes, sir.
You can send that in the group, the link? No.
Yes. Yeah,
Huh?
I can send it. I mean, I can't send it, but I'm showing it right now.
He's showing you. How can you, if you show it, how will they can copy it? Huh?
Sir, if you want, I'll send it in the meeting chat.
Means, can they copy it? In the link, nobody can post anything in that group. Huh?
No, sir. Only people with admin access can post the.
Okay. Okay. So you
So
can
the,
show.
so the name of the website is IGP Institute something.
IGP Institute.
IGP Institute, yeah.
Uh, all of y'all can search IGP Institute CA Foundation material. Like that, they'll search on Google, they'll get it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
can get
IGP.
all. IGP?
IGPinstitute.org. Shop.igpinstitute.org. Like, sir, if I just searched business law CA Foundation study material and it showed the fourth link as.
That's all. That's all. Okay. Anyway, if you all have got the second material, we'll continue. Let's go to the next one.
I had a doubt.
Yeah.
Can stranger to a consideration and stranger to a contract be the same person?
No. Stranger to consideration can never be a stranger to a contract.
Like in
Stranger
this,
to a consideration is a person who's not a party to the contract and who's affected by the contract. Stranger to
okay,
contract is the party who's not affected by the contract and is not a party to the contract. So both of them are totally different. Understood?
huh.
Stranger to
Yes, sir.
contract
Yes.
cannot so. They cannot be. They are not same.
Huh.
Understood?
Okay, sir.
Hmm.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's go to then.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Executed and executory consideration.
Okay.
A consideration which consists in the performance of an act is said to be executed.
Hmm.
When it consists in a promise, it is said to be executory.
Hmm.
The promise of one party may be consideration for an act by some other party and vice versa. So they've given an example.
See first.
A pays 5,000 rupees to B and B promises to deliver to him a certain quantity of
Okay.
wheat
Wait.
within.
Now, what is executed consideration? Remember, when both the parties have delivered their consideration, it is called as
Executed consideration.
consideration. When either both the parties have not given their consideration or any one of the parties has not given their consideration, it is called executory consideration. What it is called as? So, for example, you paid 500 rupees to the shopkeeper and the shopkeeper gave you the watch. It is an executed consideration. You gave 500 rupees to the shopkeeper and he told he'll deliver the watch after 3 days. It is called a executory consideration. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Okay, guys. So when either parties or one of the party has not given his consideration to the contract, it is called executory consideration. What it is called? Executory. You all understood? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go to the next one.
Yes, sir. Consideration may be past, present, or future.
Hmm.
The words has done or abstained from doing, as contained in section 2D, are a recognition of the doctrine of past consideration. In order to support a promise, a past consideration must move by a previous request. It is a general principle that consideration is given and accepted in exchange for the promise. The consideration, if past, may be the motive but cannot be the real consideration of a subsequent promise. But in the event of the services being rendered in the past, at the request or the desire of the promiser, the subsequent promise is regarded as an admission that the past consideration was not
Gratuitous.
gratuitous. So then they've given two examples.
Read them quickly.
A performed some services to B at his desire. After a week, B promises to compensate A for the work done by him. It is said to be past consideration, and A can sue for B for recovering the promised money. A cash
Second.
sale of
Hmm.
A cash sale of goods is an example of present consideration. The consideration is immediately made against delivery of goods.
Okay, now listen, a very important point. Consideration may be past, present, or future. When you see the definition of section 2D, it says that when at the desire of the promiser, the promisee or any other person has done or abstained from doing, does or abstains from doing, promises to do or abstain from doing. One is past, one is present, one is future. Let's explain present and future consideration first, because past consideration is a little tricky. What is present consideration? At this moment, you offer somebody to do something and he does something in return for you, it becomes present consideration. Or it becomes present. Most common example is you go to a shop, you like a clock, you want to buy a clock for your house, and you tell that fellow, I want to buy this clock. He says, sir, this is 750 rupees. You pay him 750 rupees, you buy the clock and put it in your house. Present consideration. He's giving you the clock immediately, you're giving him the money, present consideration. Correct or no? Or let's say you go to a barber and you say, I want to cut my hair. He cuts your hair, you give him the money, and he present consideration. What it is?
Present consideration.
Present consideration. What is future consideration? When you have decided to give the consideration at a future point of time, it is called future consideration. What it is called as future consideration. So, for example, you made a promise. Pranav made a promise to Adrut that after 1 week I will sell you my scooter. I'll deliver my scooter to you. And Adrut tells, okay, I will pay you 5 lakh rupees, I mean 1 lakh rupees for the scooter after 1 month. Now they have decided to give the consideration at a future date, or they decided to give the consideration at a future. Or let's say Pranav has already given the scooter to Adrut and Adrut told, I'll pay you not 1 lakh, 50,000 rupees after 1 month. It is future consideration. What it is? Future. So when the consideration is to be paid in the future, it is future. When the consideration is paid immediately, it is present. Now, what are this past consideration? Now listen very, very carefully. When at the time of entering in the contract, there has been nothing mentioned about the consideration, but the services have been rendered, which are non-gratuitous. Gratuitous means something which is done free of cost, which is done as charity. What which is done as charity. But later on, the person who's enjoyed the services agrees to pay something for the services which is enjoyed. It is called as past consideration. What it is called as? Sir, can you give an example? Let me give an example. Now, let's say Faiza is finding it very difficult to understand maths for the CA Foundation. Faiza, you're in second PUC, first PUC, which class?
Sir, I'm first sem BCom.
First sem BCom. Okay, we'll take Kushal.
Past consideration.
Okay, first sem. Okay, like so Faiza is finding it very difficult to understand. You have some subject called maths or stats or something or accounts. What here?
Sir, stats QABD.
PABD. What is this?
No. Quantitative analysis for business development.
Oh, QABD. I thought, what is this? I thought you were saying cigarette BD and all. Something.
No,
What
sir.
cigarette. Okay. Now let's say she's finding it very difficult to understand stats. Her neighbor is one statistics teacher in one college. And she goes and tells him, sir, I want to learn statistics. I'm finding this subject very difficult. I don't know this mean, median, mode, standard deviation. And he starts teaching her. And Faiza knows that he'll not teach free because he's running tuitions in his house. But at that time, they did not agree upon the fees. Well, they did not agree upon the fees. Now her
Fees.
exam comes in November or December. Faiza says, sir, I'll pay you some money after few days. Now he has already rendered the service to her. But after he has rendered services to her, Faiza is offering to make him payment. That is called past consideration. What it is called as?
Past considerations.
So past consideration is where somebody has rendered services to you, and after that, the person who's enjoyed the services. So Faiza is telling, sir, I know you taught me for 2 months, I'll pay you the payment. Let's say after 15 days, she doesn't make the payment. And he tells her, she says, no, sir, we didn't discuss, no, how much to pay, so I will not pay you. He can sue her, but he can recover the money because she promised to pay him the money. What she promised to pay him the?
Money.
Past consideration.
We'll take another example. Who's that? Pranav's sister is in 6th standard. In 6th standard, you told me, no, Pranav?
Yes, sir.
And Pranav takes her to a exhibition. And it's very crowded, and Pranav's sister gets lost. What Pranav's sister gets?
Lost.
Lost in that. What's her sister's name?
Sir, Amrita.
Amrita gets lost over there. And she's small only. 6th standard means 10, 11 years old. No, she'll be, how much she'll be?
Sir, 11 in 6.
11. And she doesn't have a mobile, and she's very upset, and she can't. And she's crying over there, and they can't find her. And over there, one very good soul, Ramani, finds her. And Ramani takes her home. She takes care of her. She gives her food, and she makes her stay for 5 days. She reports the matter to the police. And after 5 days, Pranav finds Amrita in Ramani's house. Now, at that time, Ramani didn't expect any money, but she rendered the service of helping his sister. What of helping his? After finding, Pranav says, Ramani, you took care of my sister, no? I'll pay you 5,000 rupees. What I'll pay you?
5,000.
Now, this was past consideration. Ramani has already rendered the service, and at that time, there was no talk about money. But later on, the party has agreed to pay a sum of money. This is called past consideration. What it is called as?
Past consideration.
Now, remember in English
Past
law,
consideration.
if this had happened in Bangalore, Pranav lost his sister. But suppose it had happened in London. In London, in English law, there is no recognition of past consideration, or there is no recognition of.
Past
Past
consideration.
consideration.
But in Indian law, past consideration is recognized. What past consideration is? So Ramani, if Pranav refuses to pay later, Ramani can file a case. If Faiza doesn't pay that tuition teacher next to his house, he can sue and recover the money. Because although he rendered the service in the past, the price was not discussed. It doesn't make a difference. Future, if you had rendered a service and you've enjoyed that services, even in the past, and later on you agree to pay a certain sum of money, it is considered as past consideration. Did you all understand this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yes, sir. You told the past consideration is just for the rendering services.
Or it can be for something else also, correct? Or no? You might have delivered some goods to him, correct? Or no?
Okay.
But that becomes very obvious. No, you won't deliver goods free of cost, right?
No, my doubt was, is it for the rendering service, past rendering services, or for the promise made by
Promise. It's for the promise. It can be services, goods, anything which you have already enjoyed the benefit of.
Okay,
Yeah.
in the just example, I mean, the before example you give Pranav's sister, but I got a sister and kept in my house, but he didn't promise me, right?
No, that time he didn't promise you, but later on he promised you. That's why I told you. No, when he found the sister in your house, at that time he promised you.
Okay. Oh, he promised me.
Yeah, he promised you. He's
Okay,
very.
on the promise, the past.
Yeah. But suppose he wouldn't have promised, nothing would have happened. Then you can't claim. Understand?
Okay.
He promised you.
Yeah.
Kushal also has promised you that you're very sweet and good looking and all. No, Kushal?
Yeah.
Ramani? Yeah?
Sir, really. Sir, his Papa.
Promise a question has promised you that.
Sir, he's just a second year
Yeah,
PUC.
yeah. He told no that whenever he sees you, he gets confused and all what to write and all. He told beginning of the.
So when did I tell?
What you told, you got
Very
confused and all.
small, sir.
You're not getting confused, no.
No, sir.
So if you have to tell in your own words something to Ramani, you tell whatever is there in your heart, in your own words. You don't have to say book wise and all.
Sir, I don't have a heart only.
You lost your heart to her, huh?
No,
Oh
sir.
my God, this is getting really romantic, huh? He lost his heart. Please find it and give it back to him, Ramani.
No, sir. I
Give it
will not
back.
get me in that way, sir.
I understood. I understood. I understood. This is the best expression of. Hmm, hmm. Correct. Okay. Let's go to the next point. Okay. So consideration can be executed or executory. Consideration may be past, present, or future. Okay. In English law, the past consideration is not recognized, but in Indian law, past consideration is recognized. Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Please tell me.
Sir, now, suppose I've not promised anything, like in the first example and the second example, I've not
No, no,
promised.
no, no. In the first example, it was non-gratuitous, right? Non-gratuitous means anybody will
Service.
render services of tuition teaching without uh, expecting something or the other. What expecting something or the
Okay,
other?
sir.
Because that's a quasi contract. In the second case, because it was gratuitous, she did it out of her own free will. You have to promise. In the
Then,
first case,
what
even if you don't promise, then you will have to pay because it was not done with a charitable purpose. What it was not done with a
charitable purpose.
Charitable purposes.
understood or no?
Yes, sir. But in the second case, if Pranav did not promise, and Ramani just wanted to recover her in the if she did a police case and also she might have put in some money. She just wanted to recover that. So can she ask Pranav like in legal terms?
If she done it just out of charity, she can't expect anything unless
Okay.
he promises. Unless he promises. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Gratuitous means you are doing it out of goodness. You are doing it without expecting anything. Non-gratuitous means you are doing it with the intention of expecting something from the other party. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Pakka.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, let's go to the next point. See, my duty to asking you again and again. You don't get irritated because unless you all understand, I can't go to the next point because at the end of the thing, everybody should understand whatever I've told you, right? Okay,
Yes.
let's go to the next point. Pranav, are you there? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir, you are.
Where is he?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
What happened to him?
Pranav is unmute, but he is not audible.
Sir, can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. I think so. You muted yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, consideration need not be adequate. Consideration
Okay.
need not.
Consideration need not be adequate. Yeah.
Consideration need not be of any particular value. It need not be approximately of equal value with the promise for when it is exchanged, but it must be something which the law would regard as having some value. Something in return need not be equal to something given. It can be considered a bad bargain of the party. It may be noted in this context that explanation 2 to section 25 states that an agreement to which the consent of the promiser is freely given is not void.
Okay, come.
merely
Let's forget it. Otherwise, we'll read everything and then we'll never complete the portion like last time. I mean, last time we completed the portion, but what is this consideration need not be adequate? Consideration need not be adequate simply means whenever you enter into a contract, it is enough if there is consideration. But there is nothing which says that this much be the consideration. This is exactly the consideration. Let me give you an example. Take two names, So, no?
Sir. Uh, 1 second. Shreya and Pavan.
Hi, Shreya. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Pavan, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's say Shreya, has a gold ring and she sells it to Pawan. Actually, the value of that gold ring in the market is 50,000 rupees. But Shreya did not find out the correct value of the ring and she sells it to Pawan for 20,000 rupees. What for send 20,000 rupees? Pawan pays the money and goes. Can later on Shreya file a case against Pawan, return my ring, I did not charge you enough?
No, sir.
No, sir.
There was consideration. Whether it's adequate or not is decided by both the parties. Shreya was stupid. She should have weighed the ring. She should have gone to a jeweler, found out the exact price. She did not find out the price and she sold it off. Now she cannot go to court because if the court starts entertaining these cases, there are millions of cases. Million means 10 lakhs. Lakhs of everyday people are buying rice, sugar, gold, belt, leather. Every time somebody will sell something and they, oh, I sold at lesser price. Now I want to go back and change the consideration. Will the court entertain such stupid cases?
No.
The court will only see whether there is consideration or not. Whether there was, he paid money, she paid price. He paid price, he paid, gave her the gold ring. There is consideration, that means it's a contract. How much is the consideration has to be decided by both the parties. What has to be decided by?
Both the parties.
Both the parties have to decide. Unless both of them decide the consideration, it cannot be considered a valid contract. So consideration need not be adequate, but consideration has to be there. So the court will not step in to say whether the consideration was less than the actual consideration, less than the market price. The court doesn't have the bandwidth, nor it has the time to discuss on that. Take two other names, no, Sana?
Sir?
Any other two other names other than Shreya and Pawan?
Sir, Apurva and Sharat.
Hi, Apurva.
Hi, sir.
Which college are you, Apurva?
MES College, MES PO College, Sirsi.
Sirsi. And you, Sharat? Hi, Sharat. He's not answering. Huh? These boys are very stupid. They don't answer only. What? Sana, is he trying to unmute or what happened to him?
Sir, 1 second. Check.
Huh?
Sir, no, sir, he's not.
Throw him out of the class. The stupid idiots you don't want only. Just put him in the waiting room.
Yes, sir.
Choose one more boy. What was that fellow's name? Shravan Shetty. Yeah? What last time you told some name?
Shravan Hegde.
Shravan Hegde. Hi, Shravan Hegde.
Hi, sir.
Who was the girl we just now took? What was her name? Apurva. Hi, Apurva. You're there, no?
Yes, sir.
Shravan Hegde, you're from where? Sirsi only?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's say Shravan Hegde has a house in Sirsi. Which is the best area in Sirsi, Shravan? For residential houses and all, good houses will be there.
Sir, main city.
Yeah, main city. So he's got one very nice house over there. And he wants to sell it. Apurva wants to buy the house. What Apurva wants to? Buy the house. So she comes to Shravan. She says, Shravan, how much is this house? Shravan says, this is 2-story building. It has got some 4 bedrooms. This is only 70 lakhs. Apurva tells, come on, Shravan, 70 lakhs. And she pulls his cheek. What she pulls is? Shravan says, oh, Apurva, for you 60 lakhs. What for you?
60 lakhs.
Then Apurva says 60
60
lakhs up.
lakhs.
60 lakhs up. What, Shravan? And she pulls out his first button of his shirt. He says, for you 50 lakhs. Then she pulls his shirt, 40 lakhs. After that, I'll not go further. Okay. And he sells that house for 40 lakhs. Afterwards, Shravan's friend tells him, you're mad or what? You sold for 40 lakhs. Everybody selling for 50. Shravan says, what to do? Yeah, that Apurva so sweetly, she told me. Friend tells, go and file a case. Tell that in the market, that same house is available for 75 lakhs. I sold it at lower price. He goes and files the case. Who will win the case? Pooja or Shravan?
Sir,
Not Pooja, Apurva, Shravan.
Apurva will win the case.
Apurva.
What, Apurva? You'll win the case.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You are second PU.
Yes, sir.
Shravan, you are also second PU.
The degree first sem.
So be careful. If she pulls your cheek, what you'll do? You'll reduce the price or keep it same only?
Keep it same.
Keep it same. You have to be strong, okay? You have
Yes,
to-
sir.
Okay. So that is why it is, you cannot, the consideration need not be adequate, or the consideration need not be adequate. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Adequate.
Sir, but in that case, the consent would not be free, no, sir.
Oh, is it? Means, Pranav, somebody comes and kisses you, your consent is not free. You get so, you're so, has she coerced him? What has she done? What is the consent
Yeah,
not
sir,
free over here?
it's
It's your
then
weakness or that girl's weakness? How stupid can you be?
sir, no, but still, sir, it's coercion,
What
no,
is it?
sir.
What is it? Oh my God. Which is it?
Like
Out
you
of the consent is not free with coercion, undue influence.
Sir, it's not undue influence. There's no relationship. It's not any of the other. I think it's coercion, sir. Like she comes and then she starts doing things, meaning it's not his fault, no, sir.
Okay. It's not his fault. Yeah. But that's why I'm telling him that it is his fault. Even though you may say it's not his fault, why did he get tempted?
Yes.
From our ancient scriptures, Menaka tempted Vishwamitra. Can Vishwamitra say it is not my fault?
No, sir.
That's why I told Shravan agree to be strong. Shravan, you'll be strong. Pranav is telling it's not your fault. It seems. What do you think, Ramani?
I don't know, I'm just buffering.
What? Huh? What? What?
Buffering.
You're feeling it's not his fault. Pranav is telling it's not. It's some.
Then finally, who wins the case?
Finally, love wins the case. Finally, it is. This thing is buffering. You're telling. Actually, it is Apurva will win the case because it is not up to the court to decide what is adequate. It is up to both the parties to decide how much is the price of the house. Whether it's 40 lakhs or 70 lakhs, why will the court interfere in that? For the court, it is enough if there is a valid contract, offer and acceptance, consideration. If there is no consideration for the contract, then they can interfere. But the consideration, how much is the consideration, the court will never interfere. But the court will never.
20.
Understood or no?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the next point.
Yes, sir. Performance of what one is legally bound to perform. The performance of an act by a person who is legally bound to perform the same cannot be consideration for a contract. Hence, a promise to pay money to a witness is void, for it is without consideration. Hence, such a contract is void for want of consideration. Similarly, an agreement by a client to pay to his counsel after the latter has been engaged a certain sum over and above the fee in the event of success of the case would be void since it
Okay,
is
leave.
without.
That's all. Anything else is there? Nothing, no?
Sir, no, sir. But where a person promises to do more that he is legally
Okay,
bound
okay,
to
got it,
do.
got it, got it. Okay, now the next point is consideration is not for something which a person is already legally bound to do. What is already legally bound to?
Do.
If you are paying something for somebody which is already legally bound to do, it is not considered as consideration, or it is not considered as.
Concentration.
I'm going to give you a case law, then I'll give you some other examples. Let's do this case law, which is not there in your study material, but I'll do it. It's called Collins versus Godfrey. What is it called? Collins versus
Godfrey.
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 Collins versus Godfry, I think. Frey or Fry, I think. Okay. What happened in this case was that there was a person called Godfrey, and there his wife had filed a case against him for harassment. And this fellow was not actually was an innocent guy, but his wife wanted to extract money from him, so she had filed a case of harassment against him. And his neighbor was Collins. Collins knew that his wife was always doing some mischief. She used to trouble her husband and all that. And she's filed a false case against him. So in the court, they called Godfrey told, see her, my wife has put a false case on me. Actually, I have not troubled her, I have not hit her, I have not done anything. If you want, you ask my neighbor Collins. What if you want, you can ask my neighbor.
Collins.
Now, Collins was a very busy businessman. So the court sent him summons. Please come and give witness in this case. This Collins said, why should I go and waste my time? So he didn't go. Then the second time they sent him reminder. Please come. He didn't go. Now, if they send the third reminder, and even then if he doesn't go, then what will happen? The witness will get cancelled. What witness will get?
Cancel.
Cancelled. And Godfrey thought, oh my God,
Cancel.
if this witness gets cancelled, I will lose the case. What I will lose the?
Yes.
So he went to Collins' shop and he told Collins, I know you're a very busy man, but see, please come to the court. You come to the court and I know you'll have spent 2-3 hours in the court coming and all. I will pay you 5,000 rupees for whatever business you are losing in that particular point of
Time.
time. So Collins came, he gave the witness, and then Godfrey was relieved from the case was dropped. After that, Collins went to Godfrey, give me the money. Godfrey told, I will not give the money. Collins filed a case. What Collins filed a?
Yes.
Yes.
The court held that. Who do you think will win the case?
Collins.
Collins.
All of you all are wrong. Godfrey won the case. You know why?
He didn't
The
promise.
court held that giving witness in the court is your legal duty. You are trying to protect people, no, who are facing a case. Suppose tomorrow Ramani sees one person meeting with an accident. The car fellow is hitting one scooter fellow, and the scooter fellow is badly injured. It is her duty to go to court and tell, no, that this car fellow hit him purposely or whatever. If she doesn't go, that car fellow will go scot free.
Yes.
No, it is not. It is your legal duty. If the court calls you, it is your legal duty as a citizen of the country to give a statement of witness in the court. So it was your legal duty, Collins, to come and give witness in the court. So you cannot be paid something which you are already legally bound to do. What which you are legally bound to?
Bound to do.
Sir, sir, am I audible?
Yeah, who is this?
Sir Kushal.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, colonels, it's a legal duty for him to be a witness.
Yes.
Okay, sir, but you were telling that if 3 times he gets summoned and still he doesn't come, he gets cancelled.
He gets cancelled means they'll tell the witness is cancelled. Witness is not coming.
Sir,
Correct
but
or no? Then
colonel.
you will file a case against him for non showing up.
Okay, sir.
Oh, be very careful.
So,
In
but
Pune, no.
colonel, like he gave a service to Godfrey, no? So he should
What
get the
service? He didn't give service to Godfrey. He gave
service
service
for
to the
giving.
he gave service to the country so that people will not harass their wife.
Okay, sir.
He gave service to the nation. You have to, if you are giving a judgment against, you see one killer killing somebody, you are
Sir,
not
but
giving
they
service
have,
to that person who's getting hurt. You are giving service to the country so that that killer will not do any more murder later on. Understood or no?
Yes,
sir,
sir.
but they had an agreement that Collins will get paid by Godfrey, no, sir.
Yeah, yeah. But the court said you cannot be paid for something which you are legally bound to do. You are already supposed to give witness. Whether
Okay.
Godfrey gives you the money or not, it is your legal duty to come and give
Witness.
witness. So why you didn't come? So why should he pay you for coming? Understood? Got it? Oh, I'll give you another example. What's your name?
Sir, Anish.
Anish, you lose your mobile phone. Which mobile phone you have?
Samsung.
Which one?
Sir,
S24.
A36.
Huh?
Yeah, A36, sir.
How much is that?
Sir, 30,000.
Hey, rich fellow, man. My God. First PUC 30,000. Now you lose your mobile phone. Let's say you went to Jain College, VV no?
Yes, sir.
You lost your mobile phone. You went and reported to police. You know, police, VV police station.
Yes, sir.
You have not gone there.
Sir, I have not gone there, but I've seen people go there.
Okay, you
Yes.
go. Now you go there. That police fellow tells what happened. You tell him, sir, I lost my Samsung A36 mobile phone. And it was there in class 10:30. They told, okay, we will take the CCTV, we will find in the road if anybody is taken and all. Then that police tells you, if you find that mobile for you, if we find the mobile for you, you give me 10,000 rupees. You say, okay, sir. He finds the mobile after 2 days. Do you have to give him 10,000?
No, sir.
Why?
Sir,
It
it
is
is
his.
his duty. He agreed.
It is the duty of the
Sir,
policeman.
but he agreed to be a policeman, but he did not agree to be a witness, no, sir.
No, that's what. Every person who's born in India has a fundamental duty to give witness. This is as per the constitution of our country.
Sir, if
Understood?
Collins was a tourist,
Tourist, which from other country? Yeah.
yeah, yes, sir.
From other country also, it is a fundamental duty of any country. If you are as a tourist, you have to report any crime or report any duty which is happening in the country, in your country. Tomorrow you go as a tourist to Pakistan, not Pakistan, wherever, Sri Lanka. There you see one fellow murdering. If they call you to court, you'll say, I'm not going because I'm Indian now.
I can't say that, sir.
You can't say that, no. So even Collins cannot say that. Understood?
Okay, sir.
Understand. So tomorrow somebody is cleaning that garbage outside your house. What is that? BBMP workers. You tell that BBMP worker, I will give you 500 rupees if you clean the garbage outside my house. She cleans the garbage. She tells you give me money. You don't give her. Can she file a case?
No, sir.
Because it is a duty to
She
clean the.
it's her duty to clean.
So you cannot pay consideration for what you're legally bound to do. What you're legally bound to?
Do.
Let's go to the next one.
Yes, sir.
Pranapai,
Consideration must be real and not illusory.
illusory.
Consideration must be real and must not be illusory. It must be something to which the law attaches some value. If it is legally or physically impossible, it is not considered valid consideration. A man promises to discover treasure by magic, bringing the dead person to live again. This transaction is said to be void as it is illusory.
Okay. So any consideration which is illusory, which is not possible to happen, it's an illusion. There was a case in which there was a lady, she died in a village. Her husband called that pujari. That pujari told, I will do some mantra and bring your wife back to life if you give me 1 lakh rupees. They did one havan. If a person has died, will he come back to life?
No.
So is there a
No,
valid
sir.
contract?
No, sir.
Can the pujari tell, oh, I tried, but you didn't get, so I'll take that 1 lakh rupees?
No,
No.
sir.
No.
No,
So
sir.
anything which is illusory, which is not a real thing, it's impossible to happen. Now there is Diwali is coming. So Pranav goes to one, what is that, pujari in the Tirupati temple. He tells, you know what, Diwali night very auspicious. Between 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the night, I will come to your terrace and I will do puja. Once I do that puja, no, all gems, diamonds, rubies will fall from the sky into your terrace and you can collect all of that and go back. Pranav will say, how much? He'll say, pay me 50,000 for that havan. Is that a valid consideration?
No.
Sir.
Will suddenly
No,
rubies, gems, and all will drop onto your house in the morning?
no, sir.
No, sir.
That crow and owl will do shit on your house in the morning. It will not. You know that crow shit, they'll come in the morning and they'll do on your top of your terrace.
Yes, sir.
They will tell we will do puja. Lakshmi's Vahana, owl will come on your. You know that owl?
Yes, sir.
That is not owl. You are owl. You are ullu. You know ullu? Ullu means owl. Gube, eh? What is it called? Gu-
Yeah, go, go, go.
you are a gube. You, huh? Understood? So, oh, very dangerous these owls. You've seen these owls? I used to live in near my when I was young in my house. You know what is the speciality of owls?
No.
They'll turn their head full 360 degrees. Drrr, drrr, they'll keep going round and round. You know, they'll
Yes,
turn like this, then they'll turn back
Yes, sir.
also, then they'll turn 320 270 360. We used to get so scared,
Yes, sir.
and and these, you know what they used to do near my house? They like eating these rats. So they'll
Hmm.
suddenly come down and they'll catch the rat and they'll kill it and then these owls are very strange creatures. And if the rat they don't digest, no, they'll vomit that in the form of red.
Why do you think?
I don't know
Why,
what.
sir?
Why do you?
1 minute, 1 minute. Just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. I'm so sorry, guys. There was a call from one CA firm only. There are 4 CA firms which are called the Big Four. Have you all heard of it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
These Big Four are the
Yes.
biggest CA firms in India, but they're all foreign companies. Okay, so one of the Big Four company, they wanted me to come and speak over there. So I told, that's why I didn't want to cut the call they told me last. And this is called PwC. Have you heard of PwC? PricewaterhouseCoopers.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And there is one more Big Four called E&Y, Ernest and Young. Then there is a third one which is called, what is it called? Deloitte. What it is called?
Deloitte.
Deloitte. And which is the fourth one? Yeah, I forgot.
Infosys.
K.
Huh?
Sir,
KPMG.
sir.
KPMG. KPMG.
my
Sorry,
bad,
sorry.
sir.
KPMG. KPMG, Deloitte, ENY, and PwC. These control nearly 70 to 80% of the CA filing returns in our country. Thousands of employees. Understand? So you all will also, when you all finish your foundation and do your inter, you all will get internship in one of these. In Bangalore, all of them have offices. Some of them have offices in PwC as in Bangalore, Pune, Delhi, Kolkata. Deloitte has in Bangalore, Hyderabad. Understand? Hmm.
Yes, sir.
ENY. One of the teachers in CAPS used to teach from ENY. She's the director of ENY. Now she's become too busy. She can't teach. I'll tell about her story later. Very inspiring lady. You should experience her once. I hope she speaks to you all once. She's just unbelievable. One lady called Asha ma'am. Kannada medium she studied. Comes from a village. Kannada medium till 12th. From there she completed all her 4 professional degrees within 3 or 4 years. CAs, ICWA, CS, and then after that she did I don't know which other law, just around 33, 34, and she's now the director of PwC. Unbelievable. Okay, I just say girls should learn from Asha ma'am because she has a house, she has 2 children, she manages everything. Okay, anyway, let's come to the next one. Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Consideration must not be unlawful, immoral, or opposed to public policy.
This I've already told you. So if your consideration unlawful, you're buying drugs, will it be valid consideration?
No.
No.
No,
If you're
sir.
paying money to somebody to beat up somebody, it's unlawful. Opposed to public policy, you give your house on opposed to public policy means you're harming the public. You give your house on rent to a terrorist to make bombs. No. So any consideration must not be unlawful, opposed to public policy, or illegal. What or
Illegal.
illegal? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
I had a doubt in uh, the other part.
Which one?
Is future consideration and executory consideration same?
Almost same. But executory consideration, one person might have done the job and the other person is still to do the job, right?
Okay,
That is
only in case.
executing. Future means the entire consideration is postponed to a future date.
Okay.
Understand? Got it?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next one. So it cannot be illegal, unlawful, or opposed to public. Public. How many more points are there? Last one. No?
So no, legal rules are done. Next is suit by a third party to a contract.
Okay. Suit by a third party to a contract. Remember, I've done the stranger to contract and stranger to consideration. We'll continue this in the next class. What will continue this in the
Next class.
next
Next
class?
class.
Okay, guys. All the best. I'll be meet you all mostly after a few days. Okay. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
sir.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Sir.
Thank you, sir. ಒಂದು ಕೊಡದೆ ಅಮ್ಮ ಹ್ಮ್
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
One second.
Good evening,
Good
ma'am.
evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay. Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Um, let us move on to the next unit, that is chapter 3. Chapter 3 is all about production and cost. So, till the third unit of the second chapter, we thought like a consumer, or we processed our thinking like a consumer. And in the third chapter, you processed your thinking like a supplier. Now you have to think like a producer, right? Okay, so let's start with the first unit of the third chapter. Third chapter is about production and cost, and it has two units. First unit is about the production and the second unit is about the cost. Okay, so a lot of reading today, so you have to understand. Okay, so shall we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what is production? Okay, when you convert the raw materials into finished goods, it is called production. So when you put an input, an output comes out, so that is production. Now please go through the slide. When I ask you to go through the slide, you need not have to write it down, you just have to read it. You have not got the slides of any of the chapters, is it?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
Ma'am.
I will send it today. Are you able to understand? So basically, why goods are produced? So that it can be sold in the market. It means that it needs a demand, right? Okay. Now, there are 4 factors of production. See, to produce anything, we need inputs. And for different products, the inputs are different. So how are we going to generalize it? See, the inputs required for roti making is different from inputs required for house construction. Inputs required for the car manufacturing is different from input required for probably cement manufacturing, right, or glass manufacturing. So when we have so many products and lakhs crores of inputs going in, how are we going to generalize it? So economists have, this is where the brilliance and observation of the past economist comes into picture, that economists have finalized 4 factors of production. To produce anything, these 4 factors of productions are required. What are they? Land, labor, capital, and organization. There are 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital, and organization. Land gets rent as a reward, labor gets wages, capital gets interest, and organization gets profit. So now let us understand each factor of production in detail. Okay, let's start with land. In layman terms, in a common man terms, what is land?
Uh,
Property.
Property, okay.
Fixed asset.
Fixed asset, okay. What do you mean by land? How do you describe land?
Material.
Surface of the earth, right? Surface of the earth is called as land. But in economics, land is not that. In economics, land is free gift of nature, that which is not man-made. Okay, so land is not just the surface of earth. It could be forest, it could be hills, it could be mountains, it could be river, it could be minerals, it could be other natural habitats. Everything is land. Are you able to understand?
Yes.
So land is something which is a gift of God, or gift of nature. Okay, it is not created by man. So now with that understanding, let's go through the first factor of production, that is land. Sorry. Okay. I want you to go through this entire slide. Did you go through the slide?
Yes.
Okay, so I hope you are able to understand the first sentence. So, land is not just the surface of the earth, it is a free gift of nature, which would include natural resources, fertility of soil, water, air, light, heat, natural vegetation, everything. Okay, so let's go through the features of land. First one, land is a free gift of nature, it is not man made. Second one, it is fixed. Can you increase the supply? Now Bangalore is overcrowded. Can we increase the supply of Bangalore land? No,
No.
we can only call Ramnagara, Kanakpura, Devnhalli, all of this as a part of Bangalore now. Okay, but you have actually not, extended. You cannot increase the supply of land. Only thing is that you can just merge these villages into the city. And land is permanent and has indestructible powers. What does that mean? Land cannot be destroyed. You might be thinking that no, we have destroyed it. We have spoiled. We have made a very fertile land into a barren land. We have filled up water. We have filled up mud in the river, or in the lake, and we have built buildings on that. So we have misutilized, overutilized, abused land, but we do not have a power to destruct it, destroy it. Who has the power to destroy it?
As
God.
The nature itself, right? The nature itself. Look at what is happening in Dehradun. Look at what is happening in Himachal Pradesh. Look at what is happening in Kashmir, or in
Punjab.
Kerala. What happened? Thailand. What happened? See the earthquakes, floods, cloud bursts. So in these cases, yes, land has been destroyed, but land can be destroyed by nature, but not by the human. So it has the indestructible power. Am I clear to you? And
Yes.
then third one, and the third one, land is passive factor. Land cannot act on its own. Someone has to act upon it, right? There is a piece of land, whether you want to make it an agricultural land and grow crops, or whether you want to convert that into a commercial land and then build a building, is up to you. So land is a passive factor, and land is immobile. You cannot move it from one place to another place. Just because someone is in USA, you can't send the Mandya's land to USA, right? You can sell off the land in Mandya and pay money in USA, right? Or transfer money to USA. Land has multiple uses. Yes, land can be used for different purposes: agricultural, non agricultural, commercial, non commercial, lot many. And land is heterogeneous. It is different from place to place in its quality, fertility, color, purpose, all of these things. Okay, so this is about the land. Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any doubt in this concept? Okay. Now let's move on to labor. Okay. So when I say labor, in a common man terms, labor is someone who works for a daily wages, or who does the lot of physical effort, right? More like a coolie kind of a thing. That is, he or she is a labor. But in economics, anybody who works with an intention of earning money or money's worth is a labor. Okay. So anybody who does a physical work or a mental work, anybody who does a work is a labor. Okay. So in economics, teacher is a labor, lawyer is a labor, doctor is a labor, engineer is a labor, president is a labor, prime minister, chief minister, politicians, uh, social workers, agricultural laborers, the daily wage workers, everybody is a labor, the one who puts in either physical work or the mental effort. Am I clear to you? Okay. And the reward for labor is wages, and reward for land is rent. So now I want you to go through this slide. Shall we discuss this slide? Okay, so the term labor means any mental or physical exertion or work directed to produce goods and services. So labor is a human effort. Whether it is mental effort or a physical effort, it is a human effort. Second one, labor is perishable. What do you mean by this?
Labor can be ended or it can just go away. If the
Yeah.
laborer
Can
stops,
be destroyed.
And
if
be
the
replaced.
laborer stops working, there's
See,
no labor.
sorry, pardon me, last one I missed out.
Ma'am, if the laborer stops working, there's no labor.
Yeah. So, and see, for example, let's say that yesterday I didn't had your class. So that labor hour is gone. I may take 100 extra classes, but yesterday's day gone is gone, right? That labor got perished, right? So, so labor is perishable. And then third one, labor is active factor. Labor is not a passive factor. Labor will act on his or her own. Labor is inseparable from the laborer. So, labor is the human effort that is inseparable from the laborer. See, if I have to teach, then my teaching and myself are together, right? They're combined. You might say that no, sometimes we listen to the recorded class. What about that? Even in the recorded class, to record the learning, okay? Even in the recorded class, to the record the teaching, we would be present there, right? So without a doctor there cannot be his service, without a lawyer there cannot be the service, without a pilot, without a air hostess, without the farmer, without the engineer, without the musical coach, without the badminton coach. You think of any labor work, can there be an absent of labor and only the laborer, only the labor work? That is impossible. So labor is inseparable from laborer. Am I clear to you? And the next one is labor power difference from laborer to laborer. Yes. So the labor part depends on the skill, depends on the capacity, ability, opportunity, everything. So it differs from person to person. Am I clear to you? Okay. Please go through the next slide. It is also about the labor. Yes. Did you go through all the points? Okay. So all labor may not be productive. Just because someone is working, that doesn't mean that he's actually adding to the production. Okay. So some are extra workers. With or without them, the work will still continue. And all labor may not be productive. And then labor has poor bargaining power. What does that mean? Individually, collectively, they might get it. Therefore, labor union has started. Individual labor has poor bargaining power because of the perishable nature. If day is gone, the work is gone. And then labor is mobile. Obviously, labor can move from one place to another place. There is no rapid adjustment of supply of labor to the demand for it. This we have very clearly experienced during the COVID period. We wanted the nurses, we wanted the doctors, but that is not something you can immediately supply, because to become a doctor, there is almost 10 plus 20 years of 20, 25, 28 years of hard, very very hard disciplined learning is required. And just because a country needs CA, it cannot immediately produce it, right? There is you have to convert the mere population into those skillful workers, then only supply can be done. So it is not immediately, supply of labor is not possible. And then choice between hours of labor and hours of leisure. There is always a question. Labor will always choose between how many hours to work and how many hours to take leisure. Otherwise, the whole 24 hours in a day in the life of laborer cannot be laboring time. Are you able to understand? Okay. So this is about the features of labor. Am I clear to you?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
And
ma'am.
then we have capital. Capital, you have studied in accountancy and all other things. Capital is uh, money or money's worth, which gets the interest. Please go through it. Did you go through it?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's understand the types of capital. Okay, some of them are overlapped. So first one is fixed capital. What do you mean by fixed capital?
The capital which is in cash or like in buildings, not cash.
Yeah. So which is fixed, whether the production is more or less, it will remain the same. Okay, so it is fixed. And circulating capital is that capital which has to be
Given or taken or exchanged in.
or in other words,
Around mobile.
it's not about okay, mobile and then recurring. Okay, raw materials, yeah, all of these things. And then real capital. Okay, real capital is in a the it can be understood it in two ways. One, real capital is tangible capital or fixed capital, not just money. The in terms of tools, machines, building, or another way to understand real capital is the effort that goes in producing. Okay, the effort of the people and sweat, strain, pressure. That's also real capital. And then we have human capital. So capital can be of two, right? One money, another one is people. Okay. And then tangible capital. Tangible capital is nothing but the building, cash, everything which can be touched. Intangible is again sweat. Sweat in the sense hard work, the skill. They are all intangible, but they will go into the production. And then individual capital, that is a person's ability or a person's capacity to invest, person's capacity to invest in human capital and the real capital. Social capital is together, education, health of the society, educational level of the society. So that is social capital. Like in a developed economy, social capital is high compared to underdeveloped economy. So these are the types of capital. Next, capital formation means sustained increase in the stock of real capital. So how does a country acquires more and more capital? People have to save. They have to save it in a bank. Bank will convert the savings into loan. Somebody will take a loan and invest on building of good, in building of the fixed assets, or they would invest on goods and services. So all these things will lead to capital formation. Am I clear? So the capital formation has three stages: savings, mobilization of savings in banks, and banks will convert these savings into investment. Okay. And the last factor of production is entrepreneur. Please go through this. Did you go through the slide?
Yes.
So, who is an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is the one who, who brings the other three factors of production together. It could be, it is land, labor, and capital. Okay, together it is called, it is bringing these three factors together is the work of any entrepreneur or any organizer. So, there are these features. First, he initiates the enterprises and he initiates the business and he does the resource coordination. Second one, he takes the risk of profit and loss. It's a risk, right? So he takes the risk and he is innovative. And next one, objectives of the enterprises. Please go through this. And I want you to write down this. Okay. What do you mean by organic objective? Any enterprise, first objective is to organic, that is to survive. Any enterprise, first thing they want to do is survive in the market. That is their first objective. The next is economic objective. What do you mean by economic objective?
Earning profit.
Yes.
Earning
Once
profits.
they survive, they definitely want to earn more and more profit, expand the business, right? So that is the economic objective. And the third one is social objective. What do you mean by social objective? The enterprises are not only there to make profit, they also have a social objectives like employment creation, giving um, giving good atmosphere, okay, in the society, okay, the kind of corporate responsibilities, the kind of ethical values that they have to inherit while doing the business, okay, that is their social objectives. And then human objectives. Human objective is because they deal with the laborers every day, it is very important to keep the dignity of the laborer intact, giving them the right place to work with good air, light, um, condition, and
Comfort.
yeah. So that's important, that's human objective. And then national objective. So every enterprises should not only think of their individual profit, they also contribute to the growth of a country. That is the national objective. Are you able to understand? Okay.
Yes.
These are the enterprises problems. I will not explain this because in business studies and in any other commerce papers, I think you must have gone through all these concepts. Please go through this. If you have a doubt, if you want me to explain any of the points, I would like to do that. Have you heard of this 4 P's: product, promotion, price, place, and all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
No? Okay, 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 okay. Okay, then please go through it. Uh, let me explain all the points then. I know, I know. I will definitely explain it. Okay, so enterprise problems. What could be the enterprise problems? One is problems relating to objectives. The objectives that we have already discussed about, it is not that easy to fulfill those objectives, right? So there will be human, the national objectives, organic objectives, anything is a constraint. And second one, problems relating to find a right location and size of the plant. Here plant means factories, production houses. And third one, problems relating to selecting and organizing physical facilities, creating a right kind of a building, right kind of a setup for the, without wasting the resources, you have to build these physical facilities, right? And problem relating to finance, you might have a grand plan, good implementation skill, but all you need is money, right? So you should get the regular supply of money to uh, run the show. And then problems relating to organization structure. So as your company grows, production houses grows bigger, so organization, managing the entire organization may become a problem, right? There should be a coordination between the departments, there should be a coordination between the management and the workers, so that is a challenge. And then problems relating to marketing, product marketing, promotion, how much price to fix and where to sell it. So all these are a problem. And then problems relating to legal formalities, if they ever get into the legal battle, then, or if they go to another country and start the business, or in our own country, you have to know the legal formalities. You can't violate any of the legal formalities, otherwise you become a, I mean, the enterprise becomes a, entrepreneur becomes a criminal, right? Problems relating to industrial relations, that's also very important. So if the entire industry is suffering from some problem, then your firm is also bound to have that problem, right? So all these are the enterprise problems. Am I clear to you? Are you able to understand all four factors of production and its features, its problems, and its rewards? Clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So the next concept is production function. We have studied demand function, right? QD is equal to function of price, prices of related goods, income, taste and preferences, advertisement, remember? So function always explains the relationship between the two variables, dependent variable and an independent variable. We have studied that. Am I right? Okay. So now we will study the production function. Please go through the slide. Read it. Did you go through the slide? So basically, production function explains the relationship between firms and inputs and output. So here Q is an output which is dependent on various inputs like A, B, C, D up to N or up to any amount. So why do we need a production function? So the intention of a production function is to maximize the output with minimum number of inputs. Then a producer will be in profit. Are you able to understand? So that production function is considered as the apt one or the best one, which gives a producer the combination of inputs in such a way that with the minimum number of inputs, a producer will be able to produce maximum number of output. Am I clear? Are you able to understand production function? Okay. So basically it is a relationship between input and output. Next is okay, short-run production function. I want you to read this carefully. Did you go through the slide? Okay. The concept of short run and long run. Okay. See, what do you mean by short run?
For a short term or short period.
Period of time. Long run means long period of time. So, what period of time can be considered as short run?
2 or 3 years max.
Your voice is breaking, not able to hear.
2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years can be short run. Long run is
10 to 15 years.
okay.
15 years.
When you were saying this, what was in your mind? I mean, what example was in your mind to say that 2 to 3 years is a short run? Usually we think of loans, right? Bank loans, short-term loan, long-term loan. That is more often heard terminology. Am I right? Correct. So we say that short term is around 2 to 3 years and long run is like 15 years, 20 years when we take a home loan and or manufacturing production loan and all. So now, but in production, listen to me carefully. We express short run and long run in terms of time. So you are right. Short term means short period of time. Long run is long period of time. We express short run and long run in terms of time, but time is not the basis for classification. Then how do we classify as short run and long run? On the basis of factor inputs. There are two types of factor inputs. One is fixed factors inputs or fixed factors of production, and another one is variable factors of production. Are you able to understand? Fixed factors of production are those factors which do not change along with the level of output. Even when output is zero, the fixed factors will be there. Whereas variable factors of productions are those which do change along with the level of output. I'll give you one day-to-day life example, roti or dosa or idli. If you have four people you will make dosa of batter with certain amount. When the number of people increases, when you want to make more dosa, you have to have more dosa batter. Right? If you want to make more roti, you have to have more, wheat flour. Right? But pan, dosa kavli irattala. So pan, that is fixed, whether you make one dosa or five dosa, right? So, or even if you don't make dosa on that particular day, you're not going to throw away the pan. Am I clear? So, fixed factors are those factors which do not change along with the output, whereas the variable factors are those factors which do change along with the level of output. The production period when there is both fixed and variable factor existing, that will be considered as short run. And in the long run, there will only be variable factors. Am I clear to you? Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If there are both fixed and variable factors, then it is called short run.
Short run.
If there is only variable factor, then it is called long run.
Long run.
Yes, and then we do express it in terms of time. See, you know why this has been made? Because what could be a short run for one producer might be a long run for another producer. See, for example, an infrastructure builder, 1 year is too less because he needs at least 10 years to complete. 5 years, 6 years, and in India's case, 10 years, right? And but it will take only a year to spoil, right? But for a farmer, in 1 year he may grow two crops. For him, 6 months itself is a long run. His production is over. Are you able to understand? So, what could be a short run for one producer could be a long run for another producer. So, time cannot be the basis for short run and long run. Time can only be the expression of short run and long run. So, what is the basis? Fixed and variable factors. Am I clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to understand, everybody?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This I will explain it later. Okay. Now, basic concepts of production. You have studied total utility. You have studied marginal utility in law of diminishing marginal utility. Keep that in mind and try to understand this concept. And actually, I want you to write down the formula of AP and MP2. Please take your time to read this carefully. Did you go through this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, let us try to understand this concept with the help of the table. So, what is total product? See, total product is amount of goods produced in a particular point of time or a period of time. Let's say this is for uh, a day's product. Monday, there was one labor and 10 goods were produced. Tuesday, two laborers together they produced 24 goods. Wednesday, three laborers were there and they produced 40. So, as the number of laborers increased, the total product has also increased. Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then, average product. What do you mean by average product? It is a product per unit of labor. So, if two laborers have produced 24 units, how many units were produced by one labor? How do you do it?
24 divided by 2.
TP
Yeah,
divided by
24.
L, ma'am.
TP divided by L. So 24 by 2, 12. So if 56 product units were produced by 5 laborers, then what is the number of units produced by one labor? So that is 56 by 5, 11.2. Are you able to understand average product?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And then marginal product. Marginal product is change in total product due to change in the labor or factor input. In this case, it is labor. It could be a change in capital also, right? So, um marginal product is change in total product due to change in the labor or addition made to the total product because of an extra labor hired. Addition made to the total product because of an extra labor hired. So therefore, MPL is TPL minus TPL minus 1. So 10 minus 0, first one is dash, 10 minus 0, 10, 24 minus 10, 14, 40 minus 24, 16, 50 minus 40, 10, 56 minus 56, 57 minus 56, 1. Are you able to understand this formula? TPL minus TPL minus 1? Great. Okay. Now I want you to spend 2 to 3 minutes on this table and list out all the observation between TP, AP and MP. Because the questions will come on the relationship between TP, AP and MP. Okay, did you go through the table? Okay. Anybody tell me your observation? Uh, yes, Faiza?
Ma'am,
Hmm.
am I audible?
Yes, 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 Faiza.
Ma'am, so what I observed is TP is the summation of MP.
Yes.
Like, if we go on adding 10 plus 14, 0, then we have one. If we have one labor, then we have 10. And then if for second labor, if we add 10 plus 14, we'll get 24.
Yeah,
And
got
if
it.
you go
Yes, 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 yes. Don't have to explain. You just have to mention your observations.
okay.
Yes.
TP is a summation MP. As you told, average product is TPL divided by L, ma'am. So what and all is total product. If you divide it by the labor given, we'll get average product per for the particular number of labors.
No.
Then
Okay. Okay. Tell me the relationship.
relationship between AP, ma'am.
Huh.
AP is
AP
like
and MP or TP and MP. Okay, okay.
AP
Faiza,
is
good. Okay, okay. Let's move on to someone else. Yeah, thank you. Good. What you have observed is correct. Yes, Anish.
Ma'am, the relationship between TP and AP is the amount of work which each laborer has done. Like AP is
Huh.
the amount of
Yeah,
work
that
each
that
laborer
Faiza
has
has
done.
explained.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Now, tell me TP and AP and MP.
AP and MP is, I don't know, ma'am. I only did
Okay,
TP.
okay, okay. Not an issue. Yes, good. TP and MP. Kiran.
Ma'am, when TP rises at an increasing level, AP and MP also increases. But
Huh.
when TP rises at a diminishing level, MP and AP decreases.
Very good.
And probably the sixth labor shows disguised unemployment, where if that one labor wouldn't be, it wouldn't have made much difference because only one unit is increasing
1 unit.
in the total product.
But still that increase as an increase. Disguised is when zero. Total
Okay.
product becomes zero. Okay. Okay, good. Marginal product becomes zero, not total product. Marginal product becomes zero. Then it is disguised unemployment. Good.
Yes, ma'am.
So as she rightly observed, you see when TP is increasing, AP, MP both are increasing. But when TP is increasing at a decreasing rate, AP, MP both started falling. And between AP and MP, when AP and MP are increasing, MP is greater than AP. Am I right? 10, 12, 13.33, 10, 14, 16. When AP and MP are rising, MP is greater than AP. After a point of intersection, when they start falling, 10, 6, 1. When they start falling, AP is greater than MP. Are you able to visualize that? So, in case of AP and MP, initially the values will increase, after that value will decrease. So that is called inverted U-shape curve. So AP and MP are like this, inverted U-shape curve. Initially values increase, but later values decrease. Am I clear to you? This is the shape of TP curve. Okay. uh, this is the shape of AP and MP curve that we will understand. So now that you have understood the basic concepts of TP, AP and MP, you have understood what production function is and what is short-term production function. Let's go through one of the important laws in production, that is short-run production analysis law, that is called law of variable production, or it is also called as production function with one variable input. Okay, so before you go to the law, I will just explain it in simple words. This law says that uh, initially when producer wants to produce a product, he will hire both fixed factor as well as variable factor. Be with me. I will explain it in simple words. Then you have to go through the theory. Initially, when producer wants to produce a product, he will hire both fixed factors and variable factors. In the short run, if a producer wants to increase the production, he can do so only by increasing the variable factors. He cannot increase the fixed factors because, as the name says, they are fixed, that they cannot be changed in the short run. So, in the short run, if a producer wants to increase the production, he can do so only by increasing the variable factor input. Am I clear? Okay. So when he increases the production by increasing the variable factor input, then what happens? The proportion between the fixed and variable factors will change. Fixed will remain where it is, but variable factor keep increasing. So the proportion between fixed and variable factors will keep changing. It changes in such a way that the marginal product will go through three stages. Be with me. It changes in such a way that marginal product will go through three stages. One is increasing returns to scale. Returns to scale is nothing but output. Okay, increasing returns to scale. Second stage is diminishing returns to scale or decreasing returns to scale, and the third stage is negative returns to scale. Are you able to understand? Okay, what is increasing, diminishing, negative? I will explain it to you later. Now I want you to go through the explanation of the law. Please go through this clearly, slowly. Anything if you haven't understood, let me know. Did you go through the slide? Okay, so now look at the previous table. Basically, this table talks about the law of variable proportions. See here, when a producer increased the number of laborers, because fixed factor will remain fixed. Let's say there is another column called land. It is 1 acre. It will remain same for all the units. Even if there are no laborers, the land will be there. Even if there are 4 laborers, they have to work on the same an acre of land because that is fixed. Am I clear to you? So now this is a fixed factor and this is a variable factor. In this case, to increase the production, he has increased the variable factors. Then the marginal product has gone through 3 stages. Look here, 10, 14, 16. This is increasing returns to scale. What do you mean by increasing returns to scale? It means that
More product.
if your input increases, please understand the different returns to scale. Listen to me carefully. Increasing returns to scale means that you know that output increases when input increases. If change in input leads to more than proportionate change in output, then it is called increasing returns to scale. Okay? For example, let's say that input changes by 5%. You have increased the input by 5%. But your output increases more than 5%, maybe 10%, 12%, 13%. Then it is increasing returns to scale. Am I clear? And then we have diminishing returns to scale. Please, many students misunderstand it as reduction in production. No. Diminishing returns to scale means when your input increases, the output increases, but it increases at a diminishing rate, or it does not increase to the extent at which your input has increased. Or in other words, a change in input leads to less than proportionate change in quantity output. Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Change in input leads to less than proportionate change in output. Output increases. See, for example, if your input increases by 5%, your output will also increase, but it won't increase by 5%, it will increase by 3% or 2%. Then it is called diminishing returns to scale. You are not able to increase your output to the level at which you are increasing your input. Am I clear? Clear? And the last one is negative returns to scale. In this case, yes, your production decreases with an increase in the input. If your input increases by 3%, your output may decrease by 1%, but producers will not produce at this level. It is an obvious loss, right? So you will not hire. Okay. So so in the table also you don't see that minus. We have stopped it at 1. If it still continues, then it becomes 0 and minus. Then it will reach the negative returns to scale. Am I clear to you? Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Now this is the diagram for the law of variable proportions. This diagram is made on the basis of that previous table. So look at the diagram and see the observations that I have made for a table is correct in this case too. I just want you to look at the diagram for a minute or two. Faiza, constant returns to scale is not a part of this law. It is a part of long run. I will let you know when it comes.
Okay, ma'am.
Returns and returns to scale are same. Basically output. Which formula? Kushal, which formula do you want me to explain? Sorry, I saw your message now.
No, that TP
Ha ha ha. 1 second. Okay. So, with your permission, others, I will just move back to this thing. See, here the formula is TPL minus TPL minus 1. TPL minus TPL minus 1. How do we get it? See, for a second unit, this is TPL, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then 10 becomes TPL minus 1.
Yes.
Okay. So 24 minus 10 is 14. 40 minus 24 is 16. 50 minus 40 is 10. So basically what are we applying? TPL minus TPL minus 1. What is the marginal product for fifth unit? 56 minus 50. This is TPL. This is TPL minus 1. So it is 56 minus 50. For the fifth unit, marginal product is 6. Am I clear to you?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, 1 second. Let me share the... So I'm sure you would have observed all of these things. When TP is increasing, MP, AP both are increasing. But when TP increases at a decreasing rate, MP, AP both decreases. And I told you that when MP and AP are increasing, initially, in the increasing rate, MP is greater than AP. But once it starts diminishing, AP is greater than MP. So therefore, it may not be exact U shape, inverted U shape, but initially, so this is MP, this is AP. So initially, MP will be greater than AP in the rising stage. In the falling stage, AP will be greater than MP. So initially values increase and then they fall down. So the shape of the AP-MP curves are inverted U shape. Shape of the AP-MP curves are inverted U shape. Are you able to understand the law? Clear with the table and the diagram and the concept of the law? Great.
Yes.
Okay. So the same thing, whatever I have explained is written it down. So please go through the Did you go through the slide? Are you able to understand the relationship between AP and MP? Clear with the concept? Okay. Now, Faiza, the something that you were asking for. In the long run, okay, everybody concentrate. In the long run, all factors are variable factors, isn't it? Because we have, as a producer has enough time to change all the factor inputs. So as a result, the marginal product in the long run, when a producer wants to increase the production, he can change any of the factor inputs. As a result, the marginal product will go through three stages. First, increasing returns. The change in input leads to more than proportionate change in output. 5% increase in input leads to 10% increase in output, or 8% increase in output. Then constant returns, where change in input leads to proportionate change in output. If there is 5% increase in input, there will be 5% increase in output. If there is 10% increase in input, 10% increase in output. That is constant returns to scale. Then we have diminishing returns to scale. That is, if input increases by 5%, your output increases, but by only 2 or 3%. So there are no negative returns, because in the long run, no producer even by accidentally fell into the negative returns, because he has enough time to evaluate what he has been doing, and he will stop it at diminishing returns. Am I clear? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have to diagrammatically show this, you don't have to draw it. I'll just show you. This is how this will look like. A to B will be increasing returns, B to C will be constant, C to D will be diminishing. Okay. Okay. So this is about the short run and long run production function analysis. Now we will move on to a next concept called isoquants. Okay. I want you to read this concept and look at the diagram, look at the table. Okay. And this is how your isoquant will look like. Read this.
The negative returns to scale comes under?
Short-run production analysis, law of variable proportions.
Okay. Ma'am, can you explain it again? Like with that example?
What example?
That about in which case it comes on to negative.
See here.
Okay.
Here. Law of
Okay.
variable proportions. If you go further down, if we hire 7th labor, 8th labor, 9th labor, then it becomes negative.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay. TP got increased at a decreasing, diminishing level.
Yeah.
MP goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Go through the slide. Observe this. Go through the table too. Did you go through the slide? So, isoquants are just like indifference curve. Indifference curve is from the consumer's point of view, whereas isoquant is from the producer's point of view. Okay. So, indifference curve talks about level of satisfaction. The isoquant curve talks about level of output. Indifference curve measures two factor inputs on x-axis and y-axis, whereas in the isoquant we measure two Sorry, indifference curve measures two goods in x-axis and y-axis, whereas in isoquant we measure two factor inputs. Are you able to understand the difference between indifference curve and the isoquant? So, but the logic is the same. Any combination on the isoquant curve would give equal level of output. Let's say it is 100 units. Okay, 100 units. So whether you go for a combination where you have more of, let's say it is capital and it is labor, in a combination you will go more of, you will hire more of capital and less of labor, whereas in a D combination you will hire more of labor and less of capital. Only the combinations are different, but the level of output will be same. If you go for A also, you get 100 units. If you go for D, you get 100 units. So therefore it is called isoquant, similar quantity. Only the combinations differ. So any combination on the isoquant curve would give equal level of output. Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay, let's go back to the table. See, you have studied marginal rate of substitution in indifference curve. Do you remember? The rate at which few units of one goods is sacrificed in order to have one extra unit of another good. Remember? The same way we have marginal rate of technical substitution, the rate at which factor y is sacrificed for every increase in factor x. So when factor x increased from 1 to 2, factor y decreased from 12 to 8. So 4 units have been sacrificed. 2 to 3, 3 units. 3 to 4, 2 units. 4 to 5, 1 unit. With every increase in the x, the units of y sacrificed also started decreasing. Earlier, producer was ready to forgo 4 units. Later, it came down to 1 unit. Therefore, isoquant curve is convex. Remember properties of the indifference curve, right?
So it's same like the budget.
Not budget, indifference curve.
Okay, ma'am.
Budget line is downward sloping straight line touching both the
Not
axes,
the
right?
not the graph. I'm saying about the data, ma'am. Like we have to sacrifice something to.
That is also indifference curve.
Okay, ma'am.
That is also in budget line. I'll show you. This is like budget line, right? We have it in production. We call it as ISO cost line. So isoquant is very similar to indifference.
Okay, ma'am.
Budget line is ISO cost line. Okay. So
Okay.
are you able to understand the concept of isoquant and marginal rate of technical substitution? So in indifference curve, we had MRS. Here we have MRTS, marginal rate of technical substitution. Everybody, am I clear to you? Jeevan Reddy?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Okay. Now let's move on to the next concept. ISO cost or equal cost line. This is nothing but it is similar to budget line. So please go through this. Okay. Did you go through this? So basically, this line talks about the budget of a producer. Okay. And as a consumer, you would like to increase your budget line, but as a producer, you would like to decrease your cost. So you want to produce at a lower ISO cost line. Are you able to understand? As a producer, as a consumer, you would like to achieve a higher budget line. As a producer, you would like to achieve a lower cost line. Am I clear? Okay. This is the way we studied consumers equilibrium. Do you remember? The same way we have least cost combination of factors or producers equilibrium. This is called producers equilibrium. Look at the diagram for a minute and then you have to explain it to me. Yes. Anybody would like to explain this concept to me? Yes. Okay. These are the available combinations for the producer to produce a commodity. A, B, C, D, E. Which one do you think that producer will choose?
C.
A. C.
If C, why C? Why not A, B and D, E?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
C
it passed the
Lies
satisfies
on
it
the
passed the line,
lower
ma'am.
layers of one line.
One by one. Yes, raise your hand so that it would be easier for me to call. Yes, Anish.
C satisfies the user within the given cost and the satisfaction he requires. If he goes for B or D, it's more than the cost. Like I can't put it in words, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, Jeevan. Yes, I got it, Anish. Jeevan.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, if C, it will be the combination which will get the less cost of the, we can do it.
Yes,
And B and A and D, we can get that combination, it will be more cost,
but the
better than
output
the
will
C.
be?
Output will be same, ma'am.
Yes, very good.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Anish, I got it that you also tried to say the same thing. So, A, B, C, D, E, all are on the same ISO cost line, ISO quant line. What does that mean? The level of output will be same,
Same.
whether you go for A, B, C, D, or E. But if you go for A and E, you have to pay more cost because it's on QQ1 ISO cost line. So C is on the least ISO cost line. So therefore, C would be the optimum choice of a producer where he would produce the same level of output for lesser cost. Am I clear to you? Are you able to understand?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear with the production concepts?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we will go back to the concept that we have missed. That is Cobb-Douglas production function. We will go back to that. Okay. I just wanted you to understand what is increasing returns, constant returns. Then it is easy to understand the Cobb-Douglas production function. Please go through the slide. Did you go through this? Okay, I'll put it in simple words. Cobb Douglas, they are the two economists who did study 1,000 industries in 1950s in US, which was a big number to study at that point of time with the lesser, technological advancement and all. Today it may not be a big thing, but at that period it is a big thing. This study and this theory is not applicable to a firm. This theory is applicable only to an industry. Okay, so what is the difference between firm and industry? Firm is one production unit. Industry is group of such firms. Okay, Raymond is a firm. Sierrams is a firm. Bombay Dyeing is a firm. Together they belong to textile industry. Are you able to understand? Hyundai is a firm. Volkswagen is a firm. Tata is a firm. Um, Toyota is a firm. They belong to automobile industry. Am I clear? So,
Yes.
so this theory is applicable to industry, not to an individual firm. What they saw is that there is a constant returns to scale in industry in the long run. It means if your input increases by 5%, your output will also increase by 5%. Okay? Sorry. So, this is what Cobb-Douglas production function can be expressed in different way. In your textbook, it might have given it, they have given it in a little complicated way. So I have made it little simple. C is total factor productivity, including all the factors. Y is output. Output is dependent on factor productivity, labor, elasticity of labor, capital, elasticity of capital. C is total productivity, L is labor, A is output elasticity of labor, K is capital, B is output elasticity of capital. What does that mean? Output elasticity of labor and output elasticity of capital. Change in output due to change in labor, change in output due to change in capital. Okay, the responsiveness of change in output due to change in labor, responsive measure of responsiveness of output to a change in capital. So that is elasticity. You have studied elasticity of demand, elasticity of supply. The same concept you have to apply it here. So all you need to remember is that this simple thing. See here, if A plus B is equal to 1, okay, don't even have to worry about this. If A plus B is equal to 1, then it is constant returns to scale. If A plus B is more than 1, increasing returns to scale. If A plus B is less than 1, then diminishing returns to scale. Okay. So this one shows the constant returns to scale. As the labor and capital are increasing in the same amount, the output is also increasing from 100 to 200, 200 to 300. So increase in input leads to equal proportionate increase in output. Yes, please. Someone asked who is Geo? Is that your name? Any doubt? Yes, Sahana?
Ma'am, is Cobb Douglas related to long run
Yes.
production?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. Okay. So this is about the first unit of the third chapter. Do you have any doubt in this? Clear with the concepts? All of you? Shall we move on to the second unit? Okay.
Ma'am, what is y here, ma'am? Y is equal to C into L
Why
into
is output?
Okay. And the
C is
K?
total factor productivity.
Okay. Okay. K is the capital, right?
Yes, K is capital.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So now we will move on to another unit of the same chapter, that is cost concepts. Okay. So chapter 3 has 2 units. One is production and another one is cost. Okay, what do you mean by cost, by the way? Is there a difference between price and cost?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Price is the amount that we sell, and cost is the actual value or the actual worth of the product or commodity.
Okay. Faiza?
Ma'am, cost is expenses incurred at the time of production, ma'am.
Yes. Cost is expenses incurred to produce a product. Price is the market value of product. Okay, market value of product. So if the laptop that you're using or a mobile that you're using, you might have paid some amount to it, right? So 20,000, 30,000, 15,000, whatever. So that is the price of the product, but that is not the cost, because price includes even the taxes, right? So the cost are expenses incurred in producing a product. So it could be 10,000 or 8,000. So then that is cost. So always price will be greater than the cost because taxes are included. Okay, now that you have understood that cost are the expenses incurred in producing a product, I want you to go through this types of cost. Let me tell you that many of the cost concepts are overlapping. Okay. Yes, please go through this slide. Did you go through the accounting cost and economic cost? Okay. So accounting costs are also known as explicit cost. Economic costs are known as implicit cost. So I'm telling you in advance that you will come across these concepts again and again under different names. So what do you mean by accounting cost? The cost which are recorded in book of accounts, okay, which are actually the payments are made, that is called accounting cost. Okay, see, for example, let's say that you start a business, so you hire a place, you pay rent for it, you hire laborers, you pay wages for them, and you have invested money by taking loan, so you pay interest to that, and once you sell the products for a higher price, you get a profit. That is accounting cost. Am I clear to you? Economic
Yes.
costs are those costs which are incurred but not been paid or not registered in the book of accounts. See, for example, let's say that you start a business, but you start your business in your own house. Okay, something you started a retail something you started in your own house. Will you pay rent to yourself or to your parents? May
No.
not be, right? But have you not used the land? Rent has been incurred, but you need not have to pay it. And you haven't hired anybody, you yourself is doing all the work. Will you pay wages to yourself? May not be, right? And you have invested your savings. Will you pay interest to yourself? No. So such costs are implicit costs. Are you able to understand? Incurred but not paid. Okay. So are you able to understand the difference between accounting cost and the economic cost? Good. So now let's move on to the next one. Outlay cost and opportunity cost. Again, outlay cost is nothing but your accounting cost. Okay. Go through the Did you go through the slide? Okay. So now, what is outlay cost? The real cost that has been incurred on materials, labors, land, labor, capital, and organization. That is outlay, expenses. That outlay means expenses. You have studied that, right? In the demand concept, outlay method. Okay. And then we have opportunity cost. What do you mean by opportunity cost? The next best alternative that has been
Rejected.
huh, that has been not chosen, right? So sacrificed or rejected. So that is called opportunity cost. Okay. Who is Geo Vivo 1935? You are supposed to come with your name and the caps ID, right? Who is this? Can you please unmute yourself and talk? Okay. So opportunity cost is the cost of next best alternative that has been sacrificed. If you had not chosen CA, what would have been your next best choice? Okay, it could be anything, right? So that is the opportunity cost. So if the wooden log is not used for window, probably it would have been used for chair. Then chair is the opportunity cost of window. Are you able to understand? Clear with the concept?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody? Okay. So the remaining cost concepts, we will discuss it in my next class. Is there any doubt in the concept that we have discussed today?
No, ma'am.
Clear with all the production concepts?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
concentrate on the short run, long run, fixed factors, variable factors, TP, AP, MP, relationship between AP and MP, law of variable proportions, law of returns to scale, isoquant, isocost, and producer least cost combination. Okay, these are important. Clear? Thank you so much for listening to me. See you in my next class. We will continue with the cost classification. Thank you so much. Take good care of yourself.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you,
Thank you, ma'am.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.